Now I know there's tons of meatball sub recipes on the internet. I'm not claiming this is the best one or anything like that, but if you want to watch an Irish lad cook one that's certainly delicious, this might be the video for you. Let's rock. Start off with prepping your meatballs. We're going to be making a panade. This helps keep them moist, gives them structure and stop them from drying out. Now there's a lot of recipes out there that don't have it, but I like having it in mine. So to make one, just blend around 2 slices of bread into breadcrumbs, cover it with some milk and let it all soak up. For the meat, I'm using 500 grams of a beef and pork mince mix. That'll give you around 3 decent subs. Grate 1 white onion into the meat, along with 4 cloves of garlic, a few cracks of salt and black pepper, a good amount of grated parm and a handful of fresh chopped parsley. Add your panade in, but make sure you squeeze out the excess milk first. Then season with some chilli flakes, oregano or oregano, whatever you want to call it, and crack in 1 egg. Mix everything together until it's just combined. And don't over mix it or the meatballs will go tough. Now it's time to start rolling them out. You want them to feel slightly moist, not dry. Size is completely up to you. Just make sure they hold their shape on the tray and they're all around similar size. If they feel too wet, just add a few more breadcrumbs or some more meat. Now if you're new to the channel folks, don't forget to like, subscribe and hype up the video. It really helps me out. I'm so close to getting fully monetized and getting paid to do YouTube. Now I know it won't be much at the start, but I'll be forever grateful to get paid for something that I love doing. Thanks to all of you. Stay nasty. Get out a pan or a pot or whatever you want to use. Turn to medium high heat and add a bit of oil. We're going to test 2 meatballs first. If they hold their shape and don't fall apart, you're good to go. Now mine held their shape perfectly, so we added in the rest because I knew it'd be fine. Now you just want to get a nice crust on both sides. Don't worry about cooking them fully through to finish in the sauce. Now some people like them evenly browned all over. If you want to do that, go ahead. I just prefer to have strong crust on 2 sides and just keep them juicy in the middle. And as you can see, there's loads of caramelization here. They're still nice and bouncy and juicy on the inside. In the same pan, get rid of most of that excess oil and add in a pack of panchetta. This is going to be the base for the marinara sauce. It's not fully traditional, but this is how I like to do it. Cook it on medium heat until it crisps up and the fat renders out. And take it out and leave that fat in the pan. That's flavour. Finally dice half a white onion. Cook that down in the fat until it softens. Turn the heat to low, then grate in 3 cloves of garlic and cook until fragrant. Add in a tin of plum tomatoes. Now, if you can get your hands easily on a tin of San Marzano tomatoes, even better because they are the best on the market. I couldn't get them this time, so I just used wherever was easiest for me to get. Add a splash of water, break the tomatoes down, now let all them flavours simmer together for a bit. After a few minutes, give it a quick blend to smooth it out slightly. Add the panchetta back in, then season with some salt, black pepper, a pinch of sugar, some oregano and a pinch of chilli flakes if you want. If you want to leave out the heat completely, that's all good, down to you. Now it's time to add your meatballs back in. Make sure the heat is still turned to low and let them simmer away. Don't worry if your meatballs seem to be popping out of the sauce or a bit big. They will shrink down a bit and will just add amazing flavours to the sauce. Now towards the end of this simmering, I like to add some fresh herbs. Totally optional, down to you, but I just chopped up a handful of fresh parsley and basil and threw that in. Right, we have the main part done now. That's the hardest part. Now this obviously isn't a dish you make when you're in a rush. You don't want to just whack it in the sauce and serve it straight away. Don't get me wrong, it'll still be great, but we all know by now, when you leave something simmering away, like a meat or something in the sauce, the flavours will enhance. Even if you can only leave for 20 minutes, trust me, that 20 minutes will make a difference. When I'm simmering something away in a sauce, I always just like to leave it there, obviously in a low heat, and just take me time to clean the kitchen properly or go do anything else I need to do. The longer you leave this, the better. Now, obviously by my accent, I ain't Italian or Italian American, so I'm not claiming this is not authentic recipe or especially not authentic marinara sauce. You might not like any herbs in yours. I kind of like herbs in mine, to be honest. So you just do it whatever way you want to do. That's what I love about YouTube. Just let me know in the comments what way you did it, what way your family did it, what you think the best way to do it is. I just hate when someone comments, oh, I was going to give this a 10, but I had onions in it. I don't like onions. Oh, I didn't ask you if you like onions. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. If you don't like onions, don't put onions in it. Do you know what I mean? But trust me, although it's not authentic and there might be some things I left out, or some things that I put in that you don't agree with, trust me, this is a delicious recipe. And we can all agree it's definitely going to be better than Subway, because Subway fucking stinks. What happened to Subway? Don't know. Used to go years ago. Maybe I was just young and didn't have a proper palate. But now, I don't think I'd eat it if you paid me to. Maybe they've upgraded and changed, who knows? I haven't had it in years, but yeah, this is definitely better than Subway. And how can I forget? Always taste your sauce. Mine needs a bit more, just a little bit more salt, not too much, because remember, you have panchetta in this. And you know what, I'm going to go with some more pepper. Just because I might mine with a little kick. Actually as well, I'm actually going to go with a bit more sweetness. And as I said, this part's all down to you. Just give it a little taste and see what you need to adjust. Tops. Right, it's time to assemble the sub and finish it off. I went with a cheesy sub roll. It's kind of inspired by Subway, and I know I had a dig at them earlier, but they got this one right. Even if it wasn't technically bred in Ireland for a while, if you don't believe me, look that up, there was actually a lawsuit. Use any roll you want, by the way, just don't get it too crispy. You want it soft enough to eat on the outside. Now, we're going to be raising this up a few levels by adding some garlic butter on the inside, because why the fuck not, folks? Mix some softened butter with some chopped parsley, 2-3 cloves of garlic. Spread it on the inside of the roll and whack it under the grill until it's golden and crispy. Once it's out, add your meatballs. Around 4 was perfect for my sub. Make sure you don't overpack it. Now I added some pickled jalapenos as well, but that's completely optional. Spoon over some more marinara sauce and top it with some fresh mozzarella and back under the grill until it's melted. Finish with some grated parmesan, bit more sauce, close it up and cut it in half. And to be honest, this is hands down the best sub I've ever made. Now it's time to watch me try not to absolutely destroy it while I'm trying to talk. I'm going to be real, I would have liked the cheese be a bit more melted, but I just made a little mistake. Don't do the mistake I made. I left the bread under the grill for too long, so when I put the cheese on it, I was obviously letting the cheese melt, which it did, but if I had let it melt any further, it would have made the bread too crispy and probably burn it. So just make sure you keep an eye on it and don't do my mistake. But other than that, holy mother of God, like, the jalapenos are a nice touch as well, but if you don't like spice, fair enough. But the panchetta in the sauce, the meatballs are perfectly juicy. See, like on the inside, it's on the outside and juicy on the inside still. As I said, I'm not just an Irish lad who cooks Irish food. I just cook wherever I'm in the mood for. And if you can't understand me, that's what the subtitles are for. So yeah, if you're looking for more nasty recipes, just click that video in the corner right there. And yeah, suppose that's that. Och den därmed går jag ett haschband. Ta.